Ooh gala. Hi guys, so I wanted to make another video. There's another Dota video. This video, I wanted to talk about something that I face a lot because I play in lower ranks because I'm not that high skilled of a player. And I'm aware of it, but I wanted to talk about an issue that I noticed happens a lot, and basically it revolves around like team communication and decision making. So the title of this video is probably something like what do you do in Dota when your teammates won't listen to you, or like how to win when in Dota 2 when your teammates won't listen to you, or something similar to that. And that's basically what the video is about. So I played this game with my my friend David. He's clinks this game. We usually duo queue. It's pretty much almost all the games I play. I duo queue with my friend, and we play with the 3-stack this game. This Pudge, this Rubik, and the Spirit Breaker, and they basically didn't listen to us the whole game about anything. They didn't listen to us when we told them to do stuff. They didn't listen to us when we suggested things. When we tried to explain why we would build a certain item or we made a certain decision, they wouldn't listen to us. And over the course of the game, we basically like figured out how you have to handle this kind of match. And so I pretty much want to go over that today. And yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm not really going to cover the laning stage that much beyond like one minor thing that annoyed the hell out of me. And then I'm just going to kind of go through the game and show like a lot of blunders and show like what we did to manage to win, even though this honestly kind of should have been like a lost game. So that's what this video is going to be, and I'm going to go through here. So the first thing I'm going to show you in the next clip here is I'm going to show you like an issue I noticed specifically with the Spirit Breaker. Okay, so, you know, picking up where we left off, if you notice, we're about close to 3 minutes into the game here, and Spirit Breaker is basically just sitting in lane, and he's done this from the start of the game, and he hasn't really done anything here. He's not harassing. He's not, he's not like harassing. He's not pulling. He's not doing anything. So finally, he charges bottom lane, and like, no. Is this? Yeah, he charges mid lane here. I forget whether he gets a kill here or not, but it doesn't really matter. The point is that like this Spirit Breaker didn't listen to me. I specifically told him you should pull, and he told me, oh, you know, basically I'm a Spirit Breaker. I can't pull. Like I'm a melee hero. Essentially, you know, you're gonna ruin Spirit Breaker's timings. He's an early game ganking hero, and I tried to argue with him, but he wouldn't listen to me. And so then after that, after he does this fail gank mid, I don't even know if he gets a kill here on the storm or not eventually. I don't even think he does. But even if he does get a kill here, what he does after this is really horrible. So, you know, he's getting aggressive here. It looks like he's gonna just almost feed the storm, but the storm looks like he won't die. What he does after this is eventually he basically makes his way bot lane, and he spends like a huge chunk of his time just sitting in the trees here, not doing anything, sapping XP from bottom lane, not really accomplishing anything. And that's kind of like what he does for like a huge chunk of the laning phase. He does start to get kills and help and stuff like that. But meanwhile, what's happening to me is I'm getting harassed out of lane. I'm getting no farm. I'm getting harassed out of my lane by a dual range lane that I can't do anything about because he won't come to lane. And the funny part is, I'm a Terrorblade with meta, and this is just a Venom and a Warlock, and they might have some decent damage over time and stuff like that, but they don't hit that hard right away. And if he was top and he was just charging someone and I pop meta, we probably can kill someone, honestly, especially with a reflection flow plus like a reflection slow plus a bash or two. Someone will die. We'll kill someone. And, you know, he refused to listen to me on that. So he's just, like, doing this crazy shit bottom where he's, like, diving and just causing all this aggression and all this fights and stuff. And, like, and he's not accomplishing anything. But, of course, he didn't listen to me. So our laning phase wasn't horrible, hilariously. Like, it should have been really bad. It wasn't that horrible. It could have been much worse, but it wasn't. But luckily, it wasn't that bad. But he was a big problem in the early game because he wouldn't listen to me, and he also does a bunch of ridiculously stupid stuff later on. So this is pretty much an example of what happens when you can't communicate with your team. Now, I'm not gonna blame Spirit Breaker for the whole game here, but his issue of not even being willing to listen to like what I had to say, it's a huge issue in like a team game that relies on like communication and teamwork. So I'm gonna be done focusing on the laning phase here. That was like the one thing I wanted to talk about because he's gonna sit down here for minutes on end. This is just the start here. He's gonna literally sit here for like another 4 minutes and not do anything. Meanwhile, I'm top getting harassed and I can't farm. So safe lane got screwed because he wouldn't listen. So that's literally a loss of a lane because of a player not willing to listen to another player. So That's pretty much what I wanted to say, and I'm going to move on to probably early mid-game or further on than that. Alright, and so we moved a little bit further into the game. At this point, it's 13 minutes. As you can see, essentially what's happened here is, like, I've decided to try to play, like, a bit more of a catch-up game, because I had my lane totally stunted in the early game. And basically what's going to happen this game is, after seeing like the way our team engages in fights and stuff, and even if they get kills here, you know, that doesn't really mean anything, because it's the decisions they make and like the way they do fights that's horrible. Even if they get kills here, like, it's not really about the individual successes, it's more about overall like the mentality and like the stupid decision that goes into the way things happen. So this is kind of like a weird fight here. I teleport into this fight, and we actually get like some kills here, you know, like surprisingly. We get some kills here. But we also get ulted by the Veno. We take a lot of damage. Everyone took a huge Veno ult. You know, look how everyone is. You know, I get a Sunder there on the Veno, and I'm kind of trying to pressure the tower and stuff. But I mean, look at my HP. I'm taking huge damage from the Veno ult because it does so much damage. I got Gale and stuff, and look, I'm like, why am I even here? You know, I'm thinking to myself, why am I even here? Why am I even fighting here? I should be farming. You know, I should be farming. That's what I'm thinking to myself. Like, why am I even fighting here? I remember talking to David on Discord while we were playing this. Like, what is this fight and why are we doing this? Like, this is like mid-wars from Han. Like, we shouldn't be doing this. So I leave to go farm, to heal, and then I'm gonna go back to farm, as I recall. And this is just an example. And like, notice how the Spirit Break dives right back in. This whole game, this 3-stack, we're obsessed with fighting, and I get it might be fun to like pick heroes like Rubik, Spirit Breaker, and Pudge and try to like set up fights. But look at this, he's dead, and sure, he gets a nice hook here, but he isn't able to get the storm, and like look, now he's just gonna die to Maledict, and look, he's just a complete fail. He feeds his life. And see, they get a he gets the hook on the Witch Doctor. He's gonna kill him. The Pudge got a lot of good hooks this game and stuff, but overall, even though we're getting kills, if you're noticing, we're kind of like taking unnecessary risks, and we're doing things we shouldn't be doing. Like and there's no reason. Like their mentality of fighting, there's really no reason to fight in this game. We have a much better late game, in my opinion, than their team does. I feel like Terrorblade Clinks out carries a PA and a Storm who wasn't that good of a Storm, and I mean, don't get me wrong, the PA wasn't that good either. But the point is it's not like we don't have late game. They had this obsession with fighting all the time. You see it right here. The Rubik gets caught out and he dies, and this is pretty much the story of the whole game. This happens all the time, but I'm specifically going to show a few kills later on where people just get caught and die for no reason, all because of their like over aggression. And so, after seeing these early game fights and arguing with the team, at this point we were still arguing with the team. They were pretty much asking, why don't we ever come to fights? Why are you farming so much? Like, why are you trying to like get these item timings? Essentially, right here I get killed by the Veno, and I'm like, oh my god, you know, like PA's trying to come on to me and like try to like attack me, and so like I kind of just like go back here for a second, and I think I want to say like I try to TP out or something, but you see that another Spirit Breaker is trying to charge in, and they're already trying to start like another fight, and it just keeps happening. And I'm just trying to farm. I just want to farm. I don't want to fight. You know, I don't really want to fight, because it doesn't really get me anything to do these fights where I'm have a high chance of dying, and like that doesn't do anything for me. But like, what are they trying to do? They're still trying to set up another fight, Like, notice how they never back off. They're always trying to fight, like always. It never ends. So like, and look, even Rubik's running in, like he's getting ready to fight. He's running in, like, and pretty much this is the story of this game, and this is a thing that my friends and I face a lot when we're playing in these lower ranked brackets. Is you not only get teammates that like don't understand the value of farming, but you also get teammates that refuse to like do anything like involving coordination with the whole thing. And look at this. Look at this throw. See, die and then die. That's not worth a warlock's and look, and then there's gonna be Rubik as well. That's not worth a warlock's life to feed 3 people into one, and you give the kills to the Storm, and like, you know, and see, this is kind of what happens. So meanwhile, what's happening while I'm doing this? I'm farming, and my friend playing Clinks is farming. And so that was our decision, like this early into the game, is we basically talked to each other on Discord, and we're like, all right, these people are never going to listen to us. These people are idiots. Only way for us to win is for us to pretty much farm and outcarry, and like only come to guaranteed win fights and make the right decisions at all times. You basically can never mess up, you can never throw, because they ensure that you can't make a mistake, because they're already making enough for the whole team by themselves. So I'm going to skip along again, and now that I've pretty much explained like the thought process behind this game and the way things go, I'm going to show a little bit more, and I'll talk a little bit more about it as it goes on. So this is just a quick clip here. I want to show off like a clear case of a horrible decision. So the background for this clip is after we took mid, we went and killed their shrine, then we engaged in a fight that made a bunch of people die, namely the Rubik, the Spirit Breaker, and my friend Clinks, as well as Pudge died before that. So Pudge respawns first, and what does he do? He teleports to top shrine. Right here, he teleports to top shrine. Now, with the attitude that you've seen of these players, what do you think he's going to do? He smokes, he takes the room, he sees PA, he hooks PA. He hooks PA. And you can see what's about to happen here. So, this is a clear case of the kind of thing I'm talking about. He has no reason, and look, and notice this, what do you think's about to happen here? He has no reason at all, no reason to go on the PA there. I'm not there, I'm in middle. I can't get over to you when you're right here. I can only teleport to here, and you're already dying. I can't get to you. Where's everyone else on the map? There are other players showing on the map, yeah, there were, but there was a lot of players missing, and our whole team besides besides the Spirit Breaker and you, besides the Pudge and I, you know, the whole team was dead, and the Spirit Breaker just spawns after the Pudge dies. So what does the Spirit Breaker do? What does the Spirit Breaker do? He charges in. What do you think is about to happen? I'll let you guess. I'll let you guess. I was really annoyed when that happened in the game, because, you know, it's very clear that these people, like, you know, they're just like trying to play like, you know, like ridiculous, like fun dive Dota or whatever, you know, and I can understand that, but the problem with that is, you know, they're not just trying to play to have fun, they're also actively being like antagonistic, and they were like cursing us out over the mic and stuff like that when we were trying to like talk to him and stuff. So, you know, it's not just, oh, like I'm a tryhard and I'm mad at you for trying to have fun. No, it's you're trying to win too. You're just acting like an idiot, and then you're also blaming me, and just being like a horrible person towards me, because you don't understand how to play the game, basically. I got raged at for farming during this match as a Terrorblade. I got raged at for not coming to fights when I didn't have any important items. I got raged at for doing all kinds of things, and eventually I just muted the entire team besides my friend. I muted the Pudge, the Rubik, and the Spirit Breaker because there was no reason to have them unmuted. So, and this kind of stuff happens the whole match. If I was to show you this whole thing, I would just be showing you an hour-long replay. Like, I would this would be an hour-long video, because this just happens over and over. So, but that right there is one of the most heinous examples of just ridiculous, like, stupidity and horrible decision-making. Of there's no reason to be here and get caught and killed. There's no reason to charge here and get caught and get killed, you know, like, and this happens the whole game. So, what was the resolution that my friends and I understood? And as you can see, I have, this isn't that impressive of a CS, of course, but I have the highest CS in this game, and I have the highest CS overall the whole match once I started farming. What was the resolution that my friends and I made this game? It is, when you have idiots on your team, you don't listen to them. You do what you know that you need to do to win the game, as long as you know what you need to do and you know it's right, which is that's a hard thing. You know, you have to know that you're right. You do what you know you need to do to win, and you don't listen to their stupid decisions. You don't take dumb fights, and you try to play safe, and you try to play the right way. And you just do your best, and that's pretty much what we did. And we were able to carry this game. And make no mistake, it was me and the Clinks that won this game, because these players, they may have had some decent input. You know, the Pudge, if you look at kills, the Pudge, you know, the Pudge has a lot of kills. You know, he has a lot of kills, has a lot of assists. It's not like his aggression has no impact at all. He had a lot of kills. He had some impact on the map and stuff like that. But it's this insane over-aggression that's costing us the game. We had several fights that were gigantic throws. And if it wasn't for the fact that I always had buyback and I farmed a lot and I was super fed and I played extremely safe and like almost never got caught, like if it wasn't for that sake, this game would have been a lot harder and we probably would have lost. So yeah, that's pretty much what happened. And I mean, you know, I'll even skip ahead. You know, like I'll skip ahead further on. You know, it doesn't really matter at this point, but I'll like in terms of that. But I'll skip ahead further on. And pretty much like what happens, like what happens here is, you know, we eventually are able to win. It takes us, like, literally it takes us an entire hour. And I have to pop BKB, and I just click on the throne, and that's it, and the game ends. But they made it way harder than it had to be because they refused to listen. There was no communication. You know, we had horrible vision. No communication. We had horrible vision. They didn't listen to anything we tried to say. You know, and they also tried to force their own game style on us and not even try to, like, listen to what we wanted to do. And the funny part was, even when I tried to go along with what they wanted to do, I tried it once or twice. I said, okay, fine, you want to fight? Let's fight the right way. Let's buy a smoke and do a smoke gank. No, they don't want to do a smoke gank. They want to run at the enemy team if they see them, you know, within, like, a creep wave vision for half a second. That's the way that they want to play. So, you know, playing this game was one of the most frustrating games of Dota I've played in my whole life. And I wanted to talk about it. Most of this video is just talking. It's not showing off specific plays besides, like, a few important things. But yeah, pretty much that's my explanation. Some people might disagree with me. Some people might say I'm stupid or whatever. But I'm pretty sure that I'm right because the Clinks and I were the reason we won this game. When people on your team are stupid and they won't listen to you and they won't communicate and they won't work with you. There's no teamwork. You need to do what you can on your own, the best you can, and that's about, you know, the best thing you're gonna have in terms of trying to turn the game around. So yeah, that's pretty much the video. I'm hoping to get more Dota videos out to you guys, and I really need to continue the Stellaris playthrough. I'm also going to try to do more reviews again here soon. I know I haven't been uploading a lot. Sometimes it's kind of hard to find the motivation. I know that's a poor excuse, but yeah, I'm going to try my best to keep having more videos come out. So that's it for now. I'll see you guys later, and bye.